transmutation of units in the spiritual kingdom into the monadic. Those on still higher levels, the Buddhas and their confreres of the first and third rays, deal with the passage of the life into the subatomic and atomic planes of the cosmic physical. What has been said applies to all hierarchical efforts in all schemes and on all globes, for the unity of effort is universal. In every case, conscious self-induced control, or authority, precedes ability to transmute. Initiates learn to transmute, and superintend the passage of the life out of the animal kingdom into the human after the third initiation, and during the earlier stages of initiation, formulas that control the lesser devas, and which produce results in the merging of the second and third kingdoms, are communicated. They work under safeguards and supervision. Advanced intellectual man should be able to cooperate in the synthesis of the work, and deal with the transmutation of the metals, as the ratio of their intellectual development to that of the mineral elements, and builders whom they would control, is the same as in the above-mentioned cases and grades of consciousness, but owing to the disastrous developments in Atlantean days, and the consequent stultification of spiritual evolution for a time. Until karma has been adjusted, the art has been lost. Or rather, the knowledge has been safeguarded until a period is reached in the racial progress, when the physical body is pure enough to withstand the forces contacted, and to emerge from the process of chemical transmutation enriched, not only in knowledge and experience, but strengthened in its own inner fiber. As time proceeds, man will gradually do four things. 1. Recover past knowledge and powers developed in Atlantean days. 2. Produce bodies resistant to the fire elementals of the lower kind which work in the mineral kingdom. 3. Comprehend the inner meaning of radioactivity, or the setting loose of the power inherent in all elements, and all atoms of chemistry, and in all true minerals. 4. Reduce the formulas of the coming chemists and scientists to sound, and not simply formulate through experiment on paper. In this last statement lies, for those who can perceive, the most illuminating hint that it has been possible as yet to impart on this matter. It may seem that I have not communicated much information and this conscious manipulation of the fires. That lies in the inability of the student to read the esoteric background of the above communicated statements. Conscious transmutation is possible only when a man has transmuted the elements in his own vehicles. Then only can he be trusted with the secrets of divine alchemy. When through the latent internal fires of the matter of his own sheaths he has transmuted the chemical and mineral atoms of those sheaths, then can he safely through affinity of substance aid the work of mineral transmutation of the first order. Only when, through the radiatory fires of the sheaths, he has transmuted the correspondence to the vegetable kingdom within his own organism can he alchemically do work of the second order. Only when the fires of mind in himself dominate, can he work with the transmutative processes of the third order, or with the transference of life into the animal forms. Only when the self within, or the ego in the causal body, is in control of his threefold personality can he occultly be permitted to be an alchemist of the fourth order, and work in connection with the transmutation of the animal monad into the human kingdom, with all the vast knowledge that is included in that idea. Much lies ahead to be accomplished, but in the appreciation of the magnitude of the task need be no place for discouragement, for in the wise outlining of the future, in the cautious promulgation of knowledge concerning the necessitated stages, will come strenuous effort and aim, on the part of many aspirants, and the evolutionary bringing in of those who can achieve. The problem of speaking clearly on this subject of transmutation is a very real one, owing to the vastness of the subject and the fact that in the transmutation process the magician or alchemist works with Deva essence through the control of the lesser builders in cooperation with the greater Devas. In order, therefore, to bring about clarity of thought, and definiteness of conjecture in this respect, I desire primarily to lay down certain postulates which must be carefully borne in mind when considering this question of transmutation. They are 5 in number, and concern specifically the field wherein the transmuting process is carried on. The student must recollect at this juncture the distinction that is made between the work of the black and the white magician. It might be helpful here before proceeding further to look at these distinctions, as far as they concern the matter in hand. First, the white brother deals with positive electrical energy. The dark brother deals with the negative electrical energy. Second, the white brother occupies himself with the soul of things. The black magician centers his attention upon the form. Third, the white magician develops the inherent energy of the sphere concerned, whether human, animal, vegetable or mineral, and produces results through the self-induced activities of the central life, subhuman, human or superhuman. The black magician attains results through the agency of force external to the sphere involved, and produces transmutation through the agency of resolvents, if so I might term it, or through the method of the reduction of the form, rather than through radiation, as does the white magician. These differences of method need to be carefully considered and their reaction visualized in connection with different elements, atoms, and forms. To return to our statement of our 5 postulates and the transmutation of substance, the resolution of the life, or the transference of energy into different forms. The 5 postulates postulate all matter is living matter, or is the vital substance of Deva entities. For instance, a plane, and forms built of that particular plane substance, is the material form, or sheath of the great Deva, who is the essence back of manifestation and the soul of the plane. Postulate I. All forms, vibrating to any keynote, are fabricated by the building devas out of the matter of their own bodies. Hence they are called the Great Mother aspect, for they produce the form out of their own substance. Postulate II. The devas are the life which produces form cohesion. They are the third and second aspects blended, and might be considered as the life of all forms that are subhuman. A magician, therefore, who transmutes in the mineral kingdom works practically with Deva essence in its earliest form on the upward arc of evolution, and has to remember 3 things. A. The effect of the backward pull of the involutionary lives which lie back of the mineral, or, in effect, its heredity. B. The 7-fold nature of the peculiar group of devas which constitute its being in an occult sense. See the next transition stage ahead into the vegetable kingdom, or the occult effect of the second kingdom on the first. Postulate IV. All Deva essences and builders on the physical plane are peculiarly dangerous to man, for they work on the etheric levels and are, as I have earlier pointed out, the transmitters of prana, or the vital, animating substance, and hence they set loose upon the ignorant and the unwary, fiery essence which burns and destroys. Postulate V. The devas do not work as individualized conscious units through self-initiating purposes as does a man, a heavenly man or a solar logos, viewed as egos, but they work in groups subject to A. Inherent impulse, or latent active intelligence. B. Orders issued by the greater builders. C. Ritual, or compulsion induced through color and sound. When these facts are remembered and considered, some comprehension of the place the devas play in transmutation may be achieved. The position that fire occupies in the process is of peculiar interest here, for it brings out clearly the difference of method between the 2 schools. In the transmutative process as carried on by the Brotherhood, the inner fire which animates the atom, form or man is stimulated, fanned and strengthened till it, through its own internal potency, burns up its sheaths, and escapes by radiation from within its ring pass knot. This is seen in an interesting way, as occurring during the process of the final initiations, when the causal body is destroyed by fire. The fire within burns up all else, and the electric fire escapes. The true alchemist therefore in days to come will in every case seek to stimulate the radioactivity of the element, or atom with which he is working, and will center his attention upon the positive nucleus. By increasing its vibration, its activity, or its positivity, he will bring about the desired end. The masters do this in connection with the human spirit, and do not concern themselves at all with his Deva aspect. The same basic rule will be found to apply in the case of a mineral, as well as of a man. The process as carried on by the Dark Brotherhood, is the reverse of this. They center the attention upon the form, and seek to shatter and break that form, or the combination of atoms, in order to permit the central electric life to escape. They bring about this result through external agencies, and by availing themselves of the destructive nature of the substance, Deva essence, itself. They burn and destroy the material sheath, seeking to imprison the escaping volatile essence as the form disintegrates. This hinders the evolutionary plan in the case of the life involved, delays the consummation, interferes with the ordered progress of development, and puts all the factors involved in a bad position. The life, or entity, concerned receives a setback, the Devas work destructively, and without participation in the purpose of the plan, and the magician is in danger, under the law of karma, and through the materializing of his own substance by affinity with the third aspect. Black magic of this nature creeps into all religions along this very line of the destruction of the form through outer agency, and not through the liberation of the life through inner development, and preparedness. It produces the evils of Hatha Yoga in India and similar methods, as practiced in certain religious, and occult orders in the Occident also. Both work with matter on some plane in the three worlds, and do evil that good may come. Both control the Devas, and attempt to produce specific ends by manipulation of the matter of the form. The hierarchy works with the soul within the form and produces results that are intelligent, self-induced and permanent. Wherever attention is centered on the form and not on the spirit, the tendency is to Deva worship, Deva contact and black magic, for the form is made of Deva substance on all planes. This must be considered well in connection with every form, for it holds the key to many mysteries. We have seen how in this question of the transference of the life from form to form, the work proceeds under rule and order, and is effected through the cooperation of the Devas in the first instance, and the application of external agents to the atom, or form involved, and in the second place, involving the most important, and lengthiest stage of the procedure. Through the subsequent reaction within the atom itself, which produces an intensification of the positive burning center, and the consequent escape through radioactivity of the volatile essence. At all the different stages, the fire elementals perform their part, aided by the fire devas who are the controlling agents. This is so on all the planes which primarily concern us in the three worlds, different groups of devas coming into action according to the nature of the form concerned, and the plane on which the transmutation is to take place.